This one is the one that is not on. Yes, now, if I use your language, rolling. Thank you very much indeed, Director of the Program. Honorable Premier Dr. Zweli Mkhize, Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, the KwaZulu-Natal business community, fellow South Africans, good morning to you all. We appreciate the opportunity to interact with you today. In a matter of days, ladies and gentlemen, the city of Durban will welcome thousands of delegates to the United Nations COP17 conference, which is also the 7th meeting of parties to the Kyoto Protocol. We are truly honored to be hosting this significant conference in Africa, following in the footsteps of Kenya, which hosted the talks in 2006. We have spent several months preparing for the conference given its importance. Government is doing everything possible to ensure that delegates are able to undertake their business smoothly and efficiently. We have also done through preparations for our own participation as a country. The South African delegation to the conference will be led by the Minister of Water and Environmental Affairs, Ms. Edna Molewa. The nation is fully behind this team as they prepare to put forward the South African position and that of Africa and the developing world before the conference. We have a greater responsibility beyond our national interest too, as South Africa is the incoming president of COP17 taking over from Mexico. The Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Ms. Maite Kwane Mashabane, will undertake this responsibility supported by her colleagues. As a host country and president, South Africa will take forward the good work done by Mexico at COP16. We will approach the talks in a spirit of open consultation with all parties and stakeholders and ensure that the discussions stay on track. Global warming is already having a negative impact on Africa and the world at large. Changing weather patterns are affecting the environment, health, natural resources, agriculture, and food production, shelter, as well as infrastructure worldwide. The parties that will meet in Durban must take us a step forward to a solution to this challenge. In the African context, they must help to strike a balance between ensuring that climate change does not reach dangerous levels on the one hand, and the need to grow our economies to eradicate poverty on the other. There are many expectations of the Durban conference. In our view, it must achieve the following 4 points. Firstly, the outcome should be balanced, fair, and credible. To achieve this outcome, the conference approach must be informed by the basic principles that underpin the UN climate change negotiations. These principles include multilateralism, environmental integrity, fairness, and the honoring of all international commitments and undertakings made in the climate change process. Secondly, the Cancun agreements must be operationalized. The Green Climate Fund represents a centerpiece for a broader set of outcomes in Durban. Developing countries demand a prompt start for the fund through its early and initial capitalization. Thirdly, for Durban to be successful, parties have to deal with the outstanding political issues remaining from the Bali roadmap. This means finding a solution to the issue of the second commitment period under the Kyoto Protocol and agreeing on the legal nature of a future climate change system. Fourthly, adaptation is an essential element of the outcome of the conference, as it is a key priority for many developing countries, particularly small island developing states, least developed countries, and Africa. Finally, any outcome in Durban has to be adequate enough to adhere to the principle of environmental integrity. The low level of ambition in this regard is cause for concern. Parties must come to Durban expecting a credible, sustainable, and implementable outcome. It cannot be business as usual. We trust that the state parties will rise to the occasion and meet the expectations of millions around the world whose livelihoods depend on there being progress in the climate change negotiations. Our team will be guided by these principles at the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, I must hasten to add that we take our own responsibilities with regards to responding to climate change seriously. Through the new growth path, we are taking practical measures to promote the development of a green economy. These include the commitment to install 1 million solar water heaters by the end of the 2014 financial year. We are also prioritizing renewable energy for use in the grid by 2016. The signing of a social accord on green jobs by business, government and labor this past week, and the integration of the green industries in the Industrial Policy Action Plan is an example of our commitment to greening economy. We encourage our business community to participate actively and work with government in all efforts to fight climate change. In this regard, we have to develop new technologies and products which have minimal carbon emissions. These will help to generate more jobs while also preserving the planet. We must add also that business opportunities in this country are not confined to the green industries only. In my address to the Cape Town leg of the Business Dialogue series, I've clearly indicated that our country needs, amongst others, power stations, railway lines, road upgrades, bridges, dams, refurbished airports, and other critical infrastructure. The country also needs a secured supply of food and efficient logistics to support trade and commerce. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also remind you that we recently launched a new development plan which awaits your input as business. Our country is confronted by the pervasive nature of poverty and inequality. Due to this reality, we decided to look beyond the short-term plans that we develop every 5 years. Our short-term plans have been effective, but we needed something more comprehensive. That is why the National Planning Commission was established. The Commission has produced our first draft National Development Plan for the next 20 years. We are happy that this plan has been received so positively and so constructively by all sectors. The plan states boldly that we can eliminate poverty and reduce inequality in 20 years. The Commission has drawn strongly from definitions of development that focus on creating the conditions, opportunities, and capabilities that enable people to lead the lives that they desire. Basically, we have to ensure that people, especially the poor, have the environment, services, and skills to improve their lives. They should be empowered to develop themselves. For an example, the state would need to move from building houses to creating the possibility for people to build their own houses. As discussed on Friday on this program, the National Development Plan takes forward government's plan to boost economic opportunities through investment in infrastructure, innovation, private investment, and entrepreneurship. Other key development areas cited include education and health, physical infrastructure such as schools and clinics, technologies, management skills, and the social institutions needed to allow people to live decent lives. The Commission has produced a good plan for the future of our country, and we expect a healthy engagement on it until it is finalized. With regards to the present, we are a government already at work for a better life. We are making steady progress in several development areas: social, economic, scientific, political, and others. We must all, as government, business, labor, and communities, continue working together as we are doing currently to make this a prosperous country. And in the coming week, let us work together to make COP17 CMP7 a success, as that will mean South Africa's success as the host country and president of the conference. Let me take this opportunity to urge the people of eThekwini to extend to the delegates their trademark warm hospitality during their stay in this beautiful city. We look forward to a successful COP17 conference. Working together, we can save tomorrow today. I thank you.